Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. I was trying to go live on Instagram and I don't know. I haven't streamed in over 6 months. So bear with me. I feel unhinged today, like more than usual, which means this is perfect podcast content. I know I said I quit Vanderpump Rules because of Tom Sandoval, but I did a poll and majority of you want me to squash, demolish, and destroy every single asinine thing that Tom Sandoval does and says because his behavior is offensive and nobody will hold him accountable. So I guess we are. Me, Judge Jenny, and you all, the court of public opinion, in the case of the world versus Scandoval. By the way, this is Tomas. He's like the alter ego of fake Tom Sandoval, so he's good. We like him. This one, not so much. Okay. At the end of this stream, fake Tom behind me will be disciplined for his most recent offenses. And I have an idea of what we can sentence him to, but if you have any suggestions or things you would like to see, drop them in the comments and I'll review them before we carry out the sentence. Someone on Instagram said Nick Viall podcast with the Toms was unhinged. Yeah, that's why we gave him the wussy pussy neck tat. Okay. So, like I said, this is my first live stream since June of last year. My setup is very different. And the last live stream was at the end of Scandoval. So this is kind of like coming full circle kind of ish. I don't know. Also, this is kind of a test run for my live stream tomorrow on the Traders because if you've been following along, I'm obsessed. And they're all in New York City right now. I didn't get an invitation and I'm so mad. Those effing Traders. How dare you? I'm just kidding. Okay. So Vanderpump Rules and Scandoval. Last week before the season 11 premiere, Tom Sandoval had a super insane interview on Nick Viall's podcast, The Viall Files. Because of that incident, Judge Jenny, that's me, and the court of public opinion, that's you all, we sentenced him to one wussy pussy neck tat. And I remember, I didn't know what I was going to do with this thing, but I was inspired by Phaedra Parks in her role on The Traders, where she so delicately sliced Dan's body in half, leaving all of his guts and organs splayed out on the round table, and said, "You're going to learn today." Do we have are there any former gamers out there, like old school gamers? Because I used to be like a part-time gamer. I loved playing games. Actually, I talked about it with Dan during our interview, which is up on YouTube. You can go check it out, or on the podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. What I was thinking as far as Phaedra taking out Dan at the round table, it just felt like we need like a montage. Someone needs to do an edit of Phaedra just doing a final fatality move on Dan. I think that would be really great. Anyways, okay, so Tom Sandoval needs to be held accountable for his buffoonery. I said I wasn't going to review Vanderpump Rules anymore, but here we are. I hate myself, but who do I hate more? Tom Sandoval. Again, if you've been following along, you may know that I was in New York City last week on a 3-day Vanderpump Rules excursion, and I'll be honest, my body was like rejecting Vanderpump Rules ever since the Traders started, because I love it so much. I love the Traders. Am I a traitor? Regardless, there is no honor amongst thieves, and Tom Sandoval is exactly that. A thief of joy, thief of sanity, thief of basic human decency, a thief of houses. You stole my goddamn house. Yeah. Circling back to Kim Richards. I mean, this guy has a nerve, but after we gave Tom Sandoval the wussy pussy neck tat, I truly thought we would be good for at least a couple weeks, but he's already committed numerous offenses and yeah, I'm speaking in the third person. Judge Jenny is here to hold him accountable. Since last week, Tom Sandoval made an announcement about a new girlfriend who's a model and super gorgeous, whatever. This is her own fault, let's be honest, but I'm going to show you. Hold on. If you're on Instagram, come join us on YouTube because I have visuals to share and a video actually. So here we go. Let me see. I need to go to the first slide. Okay. If you are not already, go follow the Reality Ashley and Draw Me Bitch on Instagram because this is where I saw the information. So the Reality Ashley posted a picture. It's Tom Sandoval, his new girlfriend with a hoodie up and some sunglasses, like I don't want anyone to know who I am kind of deal situation. And he's bringing roses, red and pink roses, to her after this video got leaked. I don't like saying leaked because it sounds weird, but I'm gonna show you guys this one. I don't know if there's audio, but Tom Sandoval is here in a bar with Jason, his band manager and drummer and friend or whatever. And they're getting into a car with women that are not Tom Sandoval's new girlfriend that he just announced, and also not Jason's wife, who was on this week's episode of Vanderpump Rules. And apparently they have a small child. It's just really not good, guys. Excuse me, I had to take a sip. So, what else? Hold on, let me go back. I'm not used to live streaming. This is fun to get back into it, to feel like super sweaty again. Okay, so again, follow Draw Me Bitch and the Reality Ashley. So this guy, Jason Bader, who the hell is he? James Kennedy was right when he said Tom's party is like a who's who. Yeah, who the fuck are these people? And Jason Bader is one of them. And I just find it interesting that right off the bat in this week's episode, he starts getting into it with Tom because probably no one else will film with him, only Schwartz, and even Schwartz doesn't want to be associated. But before we get into that, I just want to mention how, for one, because of that offense, we covered up his worm stash. We've already carried out that sentence. We still have more to go because his first episode back was just so triggering. And I hope this is the last time we talk about him because I feel like Tom Sandoval is the kind of person who gets pleasure off of people taking a dump on him. And I find that to be gross behavior. But anyways, all right, so we're going to punish him more today. And don't forget, drop your comments, what you guys want to do as punishment. Somebody mentioned drawing a penis on his forehead. Somebody else mentioned giving him a black eye. I have another idea. You guys tell me your ideas, and we'll go there. Also, he's already on Instagram posting with his girlfriend. I guess they made up. And I'm just like, it's like a jump scare every time. He's doing all these podcasts and interviews. I think he's spiraling because my theory is that he got all of these rushes of dopamine or whatever chemical to his brain during Scandoval, and he can't get that feeling again. So he's just acting out like a crazy person on all these other podcasts, and I am not going to watch those. I used to follow Tom Sandoval on Instagram just to see what he's doing to like kind of laugh at him, but now I'm at the point where I unfollowed him, and I hardly ever unfollow anyone. If I don't like someone or their content, I'll just mute them usually because I don't feel like having any drama, but I had to actually unfollow him. But anyways, okay, so let's go to this episode. Actually, wait, I'm sorry. This is why I like editing better, but it takes a lot of time up. So my 14-year-old daughter comes home. I'm like enraged, thinking, I cannot believe this man got a new girlfriend and like cheated on her already and within a day or two of announcing it. So I tell my 14-year-old daughter when she comes home, and I'm like, can you believe this? And I asked her, what are your thoughts? She goes, he's looking for attention. A 14-year-old is aware. That means Tom Sandoval is either incapable or there's something wrong with him. Which one is it? I don't know, but let's go. Oh, shoot. What did I do? Add to stage. Okay. We're going to go through some of the tweets just for guidance. All right. This first scene with Tom Sandoval, I actually have a physical reaction to seeing him. I'm just like, ugh. I don't want to see him. If this was the Traitors, I would have murdered him or banished him first. Get out of here. They do like this little, they show a bunch of comments about Tom on social media, and Sunshine Sparkle really got the best real estate on this post. I loved it. Okay, so he talks, this is the second episode of season 11. He just got back from Special Forces. Go back. I'll put a link to my Special Forces recap or review. I loved Special Forces when it was airing. It was my favorite show. It was also airing on Mondays, which was, I think it was Mondays. And I think it was the same night as Captain Sandy, Below Deck Med. And I don't like Captain Sandy. So I'm like, how do I choose which one to watch? I chose watching Special Forces first over hate watching Captain Sandy, because I'm like, I hate these two Sandys, but I think I hate this Sandy more. So that's what I would do. And it was just so good because this show is so wild. I would never go on this show. There's not even a prize. If there was a prize, like on the Traitors for $250,000, maybe, but even then, the stuff that they make them go through, I don't think I would even try. It's too much for me. And Tom Sandoval went through everything. He was one of the final 4 people on Special Forces. And the only reason, he's the only one who was not asked to join the team. And the reason was because he showed no empathy. I want to like bang my head against something. Like, how does he not get this? But if you haven't watched that show, you should go watch it. It's so good. So he's talking to Anne. Poor Anne. Poor Anne. Poor Anne. Poor Leah. Poor Portia. Poor Anne. For sure. She's got to hear Tom Sandoval talk about his problems. He's talking about Schwartz and how Schwartz betrayed him. This was wild. Oh, I just flicked him. He said that Schwartz betrayed him because Schwartz went on Jax's podcast, and all he said was, what did he say? It was very mild. I know he's very passionate about the band, but like the optics of it just looks like he doesn't give a fuck. He's living out his rock star dreams. Okay, number 1, that's not even mean. Number 2, it's just facts. How is that betraying him? If he thinks that's betraying someone, what does he call what he did to Ariana? Squash, demolish, destroy. This man is a demon. So this whole episode is about Tom's birthday. Of course it is. And like, can't you get creative, Tom? Stassi did this already. And you could never be the birthday monster that Stassi has always been. Okay? So sad, so sad. He even goes, oh, I was thinking about having a party here at the house. And even Anne was like, I don't know about that. And he's like, oh, yeah, what's the big deal? You know, Ariana obviously is invited if she wants to come. This man. This man is a straight up clown. Clown. Oh my God. Why would Ariana want to go to your birthday party that you're having in the house that she doesn't even want to share with you? Go somewhere else. You have 2 bars. Why can't you go to Tom Tom or Schwartz and Jamesie's? By the way, never not calling it Schwartz and Jamesie's from now on. I just don't get it. Like, I mean, I do get it. He's textbook narcissist, covert abuser, like in an emotional and psychological way. And it's just disturbing. So disturbing. He even tells Anne, like, oh, I'll get Ariana a hotel room or whatever. Like, oh my God. This man, what else did he do? I guess in Ariana's confessional, she mentioned that Tom opened up her mail and put her license plates on her car. Isn't that illegal? Like, don't open other people's mail. It's so crazy. But I know Lala was like, why are you being weird about him having a party and having people over? Like, why not? It's weird that he's acting like that's a normal thing to do. So when Ariana said, you know, if there are people here making noise, I will call the cops. You know what? I wasn't against it.
Yeah.
Can we talk to you for a minute outside?
Sure.
Come on, you wait, hold on. You got anything on you not supposed to have?
No, I do not.
No, not for me. Let me check you.
I have 2 belts.
Okay. Why does this man have 2 belts? And also, for anyone who doesn't know, I just pretend that wasn't real leaked footage from his most recent birthday. That was, I think, Jax's birthday when Tom Sandoval TP'd Jax's house as a prank. So Randall and Jax pranked Tom Sandoval by having actors come and pretend that they were the cops and they were going to arrest him, which is like not a great prank, but it worked well in this scenario for content. Okay, what else do we have? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think she should have stayed strong with calling the cops and been like, no, you can't have a party here? I mean, I'm kind of here for it. I told you guys, I would love to see Ariana just like kick his shoes if they're in the way. Someone on Instagram just said, or was it? No, it's here on YouTube. Ariana should just kick that noise machine. Yeah, she should. Speaking of the noise machine, he said, oh, I had to get this noise machine because Ariana and her friends were listening to my conversations. Okay, dude, like then maybe move out because you just caused this huge issue in the house. You just turned everything upside down. So get out. But Ariana even says, what is this, some kind of psychological warfare? The answer to that, Ariana, is yes. He just got back from Special Forces and they used that in the last mission. That was when he almost cracked. He started to pretend he had hypothermia when he had his hand. Hold on, let me move this so you guys can get. He was like shaking, pretending he had hypothermia. So they had to be like, okay, medic. This guy is pretending he's dying or whatever. And turns out he wasn't. So they just took him straight into interrogation. But before that, they had headphones on where there were like babies screaming, people screaming, just noise going on. I think they did that for like an hour or something. It's like, I would not do that. And again, they don't do this even for money. They just do this like, for funsies. It's crazy, crazy show. But what else? Hold on, sorry. I lost my spot. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention. It is really weird. This is the first time ever that I followed a reality show so closely during filming that I have B-roll footage on my phone. Like I have pedestrian and paparazzi footage of their entire season, and it's weird to watch it back because I'm like, oh, I remember that night. I remember the night that Lisa gave that speech, even though I wasn't there. This is wild, 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 wild. So what else happens? We see Schwartz go to get his birth chart reading from Allie, and this is where they talk about Schwartz being a people pleaser, and I would say that is 100% accurate. He is definitely a people pleaser, and some, like Katie Maloney, would say he's a serial killer's wet dream, and I think that's true as well, because look what's happening. He's the serial killer, Tom Sandoval, and Schwartz is the battered wife. I can't take it with these two. These two drive me nuts. It's also funny that Tom Sandoval is so triggered when anyone says Sandoval's a liar. Like, out of all the things that happen in Scandoval, the cake saying Sandoval's a liar is like the worst thing on earth to him. I think that's so bizarre. But it definitely reminds me of him in drag, being called Sia by Carter, and how angry he was. He was so angry. I think I was talking to Memes by Bravo. I'm sorry if I got your handle wrong. On Instagram, we were DMing, and they go, Tom never recovered from that. And I think that's so true. Literally, Tom's soul is still in that hallway in Vegas with the Sia wig on. He can't handle it. Oh my God, he's so mad at that. Okay, I'm going to just close the tweets for a second because I need to talk about Jason Bader. So Jason comes over to work out with Tom Sandoval, and right away, guys, I'm not trying to body shame anyone, but Jason and Tom Sandoval are not, I would say they're not on equal playing fields as far as athleticism goes. And I don't see them being like a natural fit for workout buddies, but to each their own. And right away, Tom is talking about, oh, I want to have my birthday party here, but Ariana doesn't want to. She said she'll call the cops. And Jason's like, why? You should have people here. All right, Jason, already, you're an enabler. You're an enabler. Tom's eyes lit up when he heard that. He's like, oh, you're giving me permission? Please, people around this man, he is just looking for permission to be the worst human being ever. We got to stop enabling this. It's just not good. But it was weird. They were talking about Raquel, and she wasn't Rachel yet at this point, so we can call her that. Plus, also, I'm not going to call Jax Jason Couchy. So if I call her Raquel, it's not like out of disrespect because she changed her name. It's genuinely because that's how I know you. Sorry, that's just what we're doing right now. I hope I don't get any hate for that. But, Jason. Watch out, Jason. So Sandoval comes up with this compromise to have people out of the house for the party by midnight. He tries to get Anne to send the message to Ariana in a sterner way than he originally said, where he was like, oh, is it okay if we have, if everyone's out by midnight? And then he's like, tell her we'll have everyone out by midnight. She's like, oh, sorry, my fingers are too fast, Anne. Poor Anne. Poor Anne. Poor Leah. Poor Portia. Oh my gosh. We also find out this episode that Sandoval's been kicked out of his own bar. Love that. Okay. I know the focus is on this monster, but let's not forget the covert creep. I don't know if he's a creep. He's just he's a monster too. Schwartz is not a good guy. He is still blaming Sandoval for everything, not taking 1 ounce of responsibility. And I know Lisa on the episode in her confessional was like making excuses for Sandoval. No, that was not a good look. I would say that Schwartz, you need to take as much accountability for what happened to your bar from Scandoval, because you were also enabling this for months. Your name is on there too. You have a responsibility. And if your partner is not demonstrating behavior or character that aligns with what your values were for this business, then maybe you need to cut things off. Hello? Battered wife. Oh gosh, Schwartz. But I think he has not just as much responsibility, but he needs to take accountability for his own actions. He's acting like, woe is me. I didn't do anything. Everyone else did something. I was just an innocent bystander. No, you weren't, dude. You're not going to get away with this. So, of course, we see Sandoval still trying to make excuses, deflect, nonstop. He even, like, there's a scene with him and Schwartz, and it's just, he cannot apologize. He will never be able to apologize to anyone, sincerely or genuinely. It's really sad. One good thing, though, that I like that Sandoval said was that he's not drinking. However, I don't love how he tried to act like it was because of Raquel. He's saying, oh, Raquel went in, so she's not drinking, so I thought I would not drink. Bull. I call bull on that. I don't think that is the reason. I bet the reason is because he's like, oh, I just got shredded at Special Forces. I might as well keep going, and like, I take my shirt off during tour. Like, I had to go on tour, man. No, you didn't. Nobody asked for that at all. Like, literally, you did not have to go on tour. So I think he stopped drinking for vanity reasons, but he's trying to make it seem like he's doing a good thing for somebody else, and I'm not buying it. But I do like that he's not drinking. I also do not like how he keeps talking about shrooms in a way that makes it seem like, to me, and I don't know for sure, I can't say this, I can't just make accusations, but it feels like Tom Sandoval may be abusing shrooms. And I just feel like the shroom community would not claim him. I don't think they should. I'm all for shrooms for medicinal purposes and recreationally from time to time, but I feel like he might be abusing it. The way he talks about it just doesn't feel like it's healthy. But anyways, Sandoval keeps talking about getting Schwartz these shoes. He finally gave them to him. And there's this, I don't know if this is true. My mom totally could have made this up. My mom's Korean, but she said it's bad luck to give shoes as a gift to somebody, especially in romantic relationships, because they will run away with the shoes. I don't know if that's true, but Schwartz, if you're listening, run, Schwartz. This is your sign. Schwartz, even when he has a solid reason to have a spine and not be a little wussy pussy, he's still a wussy pussy. He's like, it's kind of good to see you. Dude, just say, I effing hate looking at your face. Even Sandoval was like, I can feel you being mad at me. Yeah. Then he starts going into, oh, my bank account was overdrawn. I'm literally moving $1,000 here, $500 here, gardener, utility, cleaners. Like, dude, save it for somebody who cares. You did this to yourself. Like, I also think he may be scamming people. I know that's a big accusation to throw out there too, but on the after show, Ariana said she found out she was paying more than her share of the mortgage up until Scandoval. So if that's true, does that mean he's laundering money or embezzling? Is that what you call it? And if you watch the Randall scandal on Hulu, Randall's old assistants, former assistants, were saying that he would tell them to charge things on their card and he would reimburse them and never reimburse them. So I need to know, we need Ariana's lawyer to do a whole financial forensics on this situation. I need to see everything. But it was already audacious and outrageous for Tom Sandoval to say that Schwartz betrayed him by going on Jax's podcast and he didn't even say anything bad. It's beyond that this man had the audacity to actually bring it up to Schwartz to his face. But then Schwartz, who could have been like, slammed the table, flipped him, been like, engaged 19 times. Like, that's the kind of energy that we would give a pass to Schwartz for at this moment. Instead, he's just like so passive. He's like, oh, did you cry when you were away? Like, come on, Schwartz. Ugh, grow up. I did like that Schwartz was saying, just take it. And it just seemed like you didn't care. And if I was in your position, I would be trying to come up with solutions on how to fix things. And I think that's what most people would do who have empathy or any type of soul. Not saying Schwartz is that much better, but I mean, at least he feels bad sometimes. Sandoval is just like, I just want this to be over. I bet you do. I bet you do want this to be over. But you're going to have to sit in your mess for a little bit because you made a huge, huge mess. So annoying, so annoying. So, and I'm skipping all the other scenes with everyone because I don't really want to cover Vanderpump Rules anymore. We're simply here to squash, demolish, and destroy Tom Sandoval. So Anne is getting ready for Sandoval's party. She puts up some balloons and I was studying Sandoval and his behavior in this moment. He's like looking at Anne and the balloons and had this just like very kind of emotionless face. But I feel like he had a lot of emotions in that moment because he was like, oh, Anne, I like how you did the balloons. And she's like, really? Oh, thanks. He's like, yeah, it's like a baby shower. And then he was like glaring at her in this like serial killer kind of way. And it was just like really scary. I can't. Oh. Okay, so when Schwartz was at James's with Allie getting his birth chart reading, I don't know if this is really a coincidence or if this was set up, but Sandoval texts James, and invites him to his birthday party. James is like, I guess, if he's going to give me an apology or whatever. So he says, oh, maybe I'll go for like an hour. We'll see. So when James shows up, they bro hug. Allie stays in the car. She's so cute. I freaking love her. Tom offers James a drink. James is like, oh, I'll take a water. James says, straight up, I can't stay long and I would like to have a little quick chat with you. Sounds reasonable, right? Also, he doesn't know anyone there. He's like, who the fuck are these people? Tom goes, oh, okay, let me get your water. Goes to get the water, but then disappears. And then at that point, this guy named Brett, don't know who he is, goes and starts talking to James. It sounds like he's bringing up Katie and being ostracized from the group. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? James is not having it. He's like, is Tom going to talk to me or what? I did feel bad for Brett in that moment. I don't know him, so I don't know if he's good or bad, but the way he was shut down just was kind of embarrassing. So I did feel a little bit bad. But anyways, Sandoval comes back, right off the bat, he's making excuses. James calls him out on his behavior on Instagram because if you remember, he's posting with his lightning bolts, lit up lightning bolts, and it was just horrific. And he's like, if you want to talk to me, it's been months, haven't heard from you. I think you owe me an apology. This is a big betrayal, which I don't know if I would go that far where James is like, you betrayed me the most. Like, that's a little bit of a stretch. But I think what James needs is just like a genuine apology. And I think that's expected. I think that's reasonable. And for Tom Sandoval to be like, you slept with Kristen. Oh, that's what a narcissist would say. Dude, I'm sorry, but you need to be punished. You need to be punished. I'm going to review your suggestions in a second. Okay. Okay, I need to talk about Jason again for a second. I didn't know who this guy was. Even though he was in the episode a few times, I didn't know it was the same person. But like I said, he is the one who got caught on that video with someone who's not his wife. And get this is how crazy and unhinged their behavior is. Someone told me that they were blocked, another creator. So I'm like, that's really weird. And they're like, you might be blocked too. And I'm like, how? Why? That's weird. I don't even know who this guy is. That's so weird. But sure enough, I go and look and he has blocked me. That is wild behavior. Very wild. And don't let me forget to talk about my experience with Tom Sandoval at BravoCon because I feel like he's trying to get my attention. Ugh. Also, side note, Ariana on this week's episode was talking to Lala about maybe thinking about having kids with Dan. And I just would like to say, if Ariana and Dan have babies, they're going to be like little mini Jenny Blazes because I'm half Asian, 100% proud. And look, it's Ariana with her half Asian child in 41 years. I got a picture with Ariana for those of you who can't see. This is why you need to be on YouTube, though, so you can see all the visuals. What else? Look, here's the poll. I said, after last night's pump rules, I am reconsidering my next steps. Do I ignore this clown and not give him any more energy, or do I squash, demolish, and destroy every single thing he says and does that's asinine because he is what is wrong with this world and someone has to do something? 81% of you said destroy and demolish. Only 19 said forgive and forget. And I really don't want to waste my time on him. But I also have been channeling Christina Aguilera's Stripped all week. Can't Hold Us Down. If you're a Christina fan, just go listen to that album to refresh your mind. We need to get in that mindset. This is where we need to be. This is where I am. But let's see. The after show is on Peacock. We have James right away, fired up. Somebody was looking for the date on when they filmed that, and I want to say it was not too long ago. I probably have the date somewhere, but there was a lot going on during Scandoval. And I'm pretty sure their after show recordings were filmed maybe before the end of the year, but definitely after filming and everything. So James is super pumped up in this after show because he's just getting so mad about Tom and talking about best friends. And I swear, I need somebody from that group to give me a handbook or some kind of infographic on what they consider to be best friends because I don't understand. They're always like, oh, that's my best friend. This is my best friend. But why? How? How do you have so many best friends? I don't mess with that. Okay. For those of you who don't know, Alex Baskin, he's the one who is the executive producer of Vanderpump Rules, I believe, and some other shows, maybe Beverly Hills. Also, he is the podcast host for Bravo's paid podcast, and it makes me laugh every time. And I don't know if everyone knows this, but Alex Baskin is the grandchild of Baskin Robbins. Talk about Nepo babies. This is the ultimate Nepo baby. And it says so much about this show. And it's giving me big time Whitney vibes from Southern Charm. Because don't forget, Southern Charm, the executive producer, is Whitney. That's why they get away with all this messed up stuff, because they're the ones running the show. Oh my God, I can't. So I need you all to remember that Alex Baskin, the executive producer of this show, is the grandchild to Baskin Robbins. He even named his production company 32 Flavors after, as an homage to Baskin Robbins. And Alex Baskin, you may be the problem now, because now it's very clear that Tom Sandoval is offensive, but keeping him on this show is now Alex Baskin's responsibility, and he may need to be held accountable for that. Get it together, dude. Like I mentioned before, Ariana claims that Tom was receiving an overpayment from Ariana for her portion of the mortgage on the house until she stopped paying him after Scandoval happened. I want to see receipts. There was one moment in the after show. It's the two Toms. Tom Schwartz suggests to Sandoval that he start a OnlyFans. And the way that they looked at each other was so gross and creepy. They had like these creepy ass smirks on their faces and just looked at each other, which made me think they're already doing some freaky stuff out there. And anyone who is supporting this, that's on you. Tay the savior, Sandoval's a liar. Send him to outer space with that. He gets triggered. So you would think that Tom Sandoval would have learned something, anything from Scandoval, and he clearly did not. On the after show, he's so embarrassing. Schwartz even tries to help him out, but it just backfires, and it makes Schwartz look so much more unlikable. Like, we were giving him so many passes before, and he just won't stop. Like, he's addicted to being a battered wife by Sandoval. It's weird. And Schwartz is still claiming that he had nothing to do with Scandoval, and I find that infuriating. Schwartz needs to be held accountable too. And I already said this, Tom Sandoval is incapable of apologizing to Tom Schwartz, and it's pathetic. This guy's emotional maturity is lower than my 14-year-old's. He's at like a 12-year-old, maybe 10-year-old level. This is sad. This is really sad. Also, I think I said this already, but I'm calling it Schwartz and Jamesies from now on. I don't care. It's not Schwartz and Sandy's. That was a stupid name to begin with. Schwartz and James is way better. And I just want to side note, I know there's allegations towards James out there right now. I cannot take that on. I do not have the bandwidth to dive deep into that. However, I just want to say, even though I love James and what I see on the show, if he is doing anything abusive, I hope that he's held accountable, and I'm always going to root for him to be better, because I want all of these people to be better, just like this one, Tom Sandoval. But Tom Sandoval actually chooses not to be better. James, I feel like we see glimpses of hope, and I don't know. I just feel like he has improved. It didn't take that much to improve because he was really bad before. But same with Jax Taylor. Like, I'm all for Jax right now. We'll find out more after the Valley. But as far as I'm concerned, he's a good Christian father. He said that on House of Villains, which was so funny. And I'm being facetious, guys. So yeah, I'm way, way jealous of Sunshine Sparkle. I even paused my screen to see if I made it. But okay, we're coming to a close. So I have an idea of how we sentence Fake Tom over here. Let me see what you guys think. Sandoval's a liar. Oh my God, why would he block you? They're talking about Jason, the band manager / drummer. No clue why he would block me. Unhinged psychotic behavior. Jen Molster said, thumbtack to the eye. That's my vote. Jonathan Pino, do not fall for it. Schwartz will always have a soft spot for... Oh, I thought you were saying you were having a... He will have a soft spot, but he needs to stop being a wussy pussy. And don't fall for it either. Hasn't his assistant resigned recently too? Yes, I think Ann did. Remember when he was spanked and liked it? Wait, I need more on that. Sandoval ruined the dynamic of the show. Yes. Ariana should just kick that noise machine. I agree. He doesn't see the wrong he does, just the wrong in everybody else. Yep, spot on. What are they saying that's going to happen to the restaurant or bar? I guess Greg kicked them out, and I don't know. I loved him, and he made me hate him. I am so sorry, Jonathan. He is immature at 40 years old. That's an understatement. Yes, he is like beyond. Remember he said he wanted to be punished? Sounds like he likes that stuff. Yes, okay, let me talk about BravoCon real quick. I think I already talked about this before, but since we're on this topic, I'll talk about it again. So at BravoCon, you'll see on, like, if you follow along on social media, which I highly recommend you do, Bravo and Blaze, that's how I live on Instagram and Twitter. But I was saying I really don't know what I would do if I came face to face with Tom Sandoval at BravoCon. The thought really didn't occur to me. And then right before, I was like, you know what? If I see Tom Sandoval, like, maybe we'll just cry in each other's arms. Like, it's been such an emotional roller coaster at this whole Scandoval. I'm joking about that. But then I was like, you know what? If I see him, I'm just going to just act like I don't see him. Like, I don't want to engage with him. I'm Meredith Marksing him, disengaging. But there were a couple situations where, like, we wound up being in the same room at BravoCon, and I just, like, would walk away or whatever. And there was no issue there. But then at an after party on the first night of BravoCon, I was outside on this balcony, and there was, like, nobody there. I'm talking to Captain Carey. He can confirm. We can ask him. I was talking to Captain Carey, Kate Chastain, Colin, Fraser, Captain Glenn, and maybe somebody else. Just below deck people were there, right? Sitting down while Captain Carey and I were standing up. Nobody else is outside. Everyone's inside. Tom Sandoval, this is the day he had his fake tats and he had his kilt on. He comes outside and he sits next to the below deck crew, like directly in front of me. Say this is him. Okay? He sits down. There's like chairs. He's sitting down with his legs open. Like, I think he wanted me to kick him in the balls. Right? He's sitting there with his legs open, and right in front of him is me. That's psychotic. Like, that's creepy. I immediately leaned into Captain Carey and I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to excuse myself because I don't like this man over here. And I went inside because I did not want to have a situation with Tom Sandoval. I don't want to talk to him. And then when the party was over, everyone had to go to the elevator to get out. I'm waiting in line, and I'm just like, whatever, waiting patiently, like a good citizen, good pedestrian, civilian. And I remembered that my friend was there who was intoxicated. And I'm like, oh my God, let me check on my friend. So I turn around and it was basically just like this. Basically the same. I turn around, I'm in line, looking forward, so I don't know who's behind me. I was like, oh, where's so-and-so? I'm not joking. Guys, it was like this close. It was scary. And he gave that, like, that Jim Carrey look that he gives. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. If I just, like, kept going, like, with the crowd, I could have wound up in his suite that night. That's where when Shayna went to his party and people were like, oh, heard you're at Scandoval's room. Good thing I did not do that. That would have been a nightmare. All right, so I do not see where people are saying Sandoval would have a redemption season. He is just worse and worse with every word coming out of his mouth. Plus, I no longer believe Schwartz and Sandoval scenes. Yep. Thank you, Anna. I agree. Yeah, we got issues. Let's see. Do you guys have any suggestions on Instagram for sentencing for being outrageously offensive to the world? Tom Sandoval. Look at the camera. This makes me feel awkward. When I said that. I would have gone downstairs and insisted all the lights be off. Just super weird demands. I'm sorry, but I don't trust Lala or Sheena. Yes, but didn't we love to see his lack of friends now? Yes, we do. I mean, we know that already, though. What do you think about Rachel being in NYC taking modeling pics today? What? If she's in New York City, I bet she's trying to find the traitors. If she gets on the traitors, I'm going to be pissed. I will riot, I think. If they put Raquel on the traitors, I'm going to lose my mind. And it's not going to be in a good way. Y'all are lucky I'm a good person. I'm unhinged, but I'm a good person. If I was a bad person and unhinged, watch out. I am a good mother. I was just thinking about Flavor of Love. Or no, what was it? Charm School? The show isn't good anymore because he ruined it. I agree. Blaze it, girl. Okay. Yes, cut the cardboard. Okay. I've taken all of these suggestions into account, and I think I'm going to move forward with my initial idea for sentencing, and that is, what does Tom Sandoval hate the most? We know he likes this attention, so whatever, but what he doesn't like is having bad skin. Jennifer Lawrence hit it right on the head of the nail. He hates having bad skin, and I'm sorry, dude, but you're getting older, and that's just what happens to us. So, like, I don't want to do anything that seems like violent, you know. I think he would like humiliation. I think he would like a penis on his head. I think he would like a thumbtack in his eye because he'd use it as being a victim. He'd be like, look what they're doing to me. Oh my God, they're so mean. I didn't do anything to them. Yeah, you did. You terrorized our souls on this show. So what are we going to do? Judge Jenny is sentencing Tom Sandoval to age spots and wrinkles. Oh, look at that. Thumbs up. All right. You're getting it, Tom. Think of this as like a Bob Ross. Can you guys see that? Oh, wait. Here, let me see. We'll do this. Do this. I got the filter on, so his face should look even better on Instagram. Okay. I hope this is the last time. All right, everyone can see this, right? So where do we get wrinkles the most? Usually around your eyes and like your mouth. So we're gonna do Oh, deep. Those are deep frown lines. Deep. Yeah, I just said deep like that. Deep. Okay. This stuff is my fave, by the way. He's lucky. He's lucky. He's getting my good makeup right now. Okay, let's see. This cardboard cutout is actually pretty good because it already has the natural aging. Oh my God, look at my hair. Has the natural aging on him already. So like right here, we can emphasize that a little bit more. Oh, I think I might need cream. I might need cream, guys. The powder is too dry. Here, we'll put like some, usually happens around the eyes, like this area. I got it too. We're all aging. Oh yeah, there's some spots up here. A couple age spots up here. How's that look, guys? Wait, I need a little bit more wrinkles. Right here. He likes that, I think. I feel like he likes that. How's that? Can you even see that? Here, let me bring this closer. Here, what do you guys think? Oh my God, so good. What do you guys think? I love it. Okay. Justice has been served. Okay. We did it. I think it's time for me to go now. Let's see, do we have any? I know. I'm hoping this is the last time that we talk about him because I just want to focus on the traitors. I have no interest in... But I also feel like I have a responsibility as the mother of 3 children that are female. This shit cannot just be let go. I have to teach, inform, communicate, spread the word. All right. I didn't write anything for my closing, so I'm going to head out. Hopefully we don't talk about this ever again, but thank you all for joining, and I will catch you later. Stay lit.